So hello and welcome to Overgrowth Weekly 16, I believe. Today is April 3rd, 2011. I'm Anton, here with Silverfish, Durver, and once again Wolf Brother 9393. Say hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
So, in a shocking turn of events, we've had to sort of go to an emergency setting where I'm now controlling what you guys see and hear. So let us know if anything is not working correctly for you.
Yeah, it turns out that I, for some reason, could not log into the program that I used to do my streaming into XSplit, as it's called. Um, so yeah, I can't do the streaming. There might have been a better solution for this. I don't know if there's some other program, but we were very short on time, and Anton already have stuff. He had stuff kind of working already. So yeah, I think this will work fine.
Awesome. So, um,
Should I do this stuff, everything, or do you want to do it? I mean, since you're controlling the image and all, maybe it's easier if you do it.
I suppose so, although I wasn't quite prepared for this today, so sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
So, I guess we'll start off with our changes for Alpha 124.
Hmm.
And I don't even remember. You know, maybe you should narrate and I'll just guide along with my mouse.
Yeah, we could do it like that. Okay, so first, uh, let's see here. Added config toggle for visibility rays and sound spheres is the first object there on the changelog for this week's alpha. So after last week's alpha, where they showed some of the visualization thingies they had, where you could see if an AI could see you and how large of an area the sounds affected and stuff like that, because they added like senses for all the AI. And they have now added in a simple config toggle for that, so you can go into your config file and change two settings from false to true, and when you go back into the game, or when you reload the game and go back into a level, it should all be, you should have all those debug kind of things active.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know if they will be adding like a straight up debug mode in the future, or if they will perhaps control this through a console or something.
I really don't know.
Yeah, because it just feels like this solution isn't really optimal. If you're making a level or something and you feel like, why does that AI see me? Because that's, I'm guessing, what that's for much. Like, does this AI see me? Instead of like exiting the game, changing a thing in the config file and then reloading the game, you should just be able to like at least bring up the console and just type something in there instead.
I agree.
But I don't know.
I'm sure that something like that will exist at some point.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So next part on the changelog is jump prediction and optimal arc choice. If you look at that video that they have there, the changelog video, you'll see a nice video of that stuff. It's basically you can enter, you can just uncomment a special row in the script files for the game, and that allows you to use the mouse to control the jumping of your character in the game. So that's a very nice feature that they will be using, for example, for the AI to determine how the AI wants to jump in order to get to a specific position.
Agreed.
And what it does is it calculates three routes through the air, and if one of these routes come to the position that he wants to come, it'll choose that route, and the other routes it won't choose. And it'll choose the lowest route possible, because that is obviously the quickest one, because he doesn't have to wait to get pulled down by gravity again.
Yep.
And so, yeah, that's a very nice feature. it'll obviously be very good for the AI to allow them to navigate a bit more, because right now they can navigate around, but if you jump up on something, they won't know what to do unless there's like a staircase going up to where you are. So yeah, that'll be really good for the AI as well. Okay, so next part
Exactly.
on the changelog, enable the recast pathfinding, and this means that you can now in the editor push a button which makes the game. No, actually, that was already in, wasn't it? Let's see.
Well,
Let's.
the pathfinding mesh was already in the game, but I think that raycast, the recast pathfinding is a new way for them to move from location to location.
Yeah, exactly. It's the pathfinding, of course, as it says right there. So it's what allows the AI to calculate a path from one place on the navigation mesh to another place on the navigation mesh, and yeah, take that route to get there.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is obviously a very important feature for the game to allow the AI to navigate around the level. Pretty important stuff, but yeah, not too easy to implement, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So, cool stuff there. And the next point, started cleaning and refactoring character script. This isn't something that you will be affected by in any way, it's just that he's cleaning up the code, basically. So that's cool for us coders. It's, I guess, less cool if you want to port a mod from a previous version to a newer alpha. But yeah, normal users won't feel anything from that. So yeah. The next point, added bullet, sphere, slash box, triangle retrieval. I'm guessing this means that in this script you can now like get a sphere or a box or a triangle to do calculations with. That's my guess at least. Does that sound about right?
I guess so. I really I don't know much about it.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is at least. Though don't quote me on that because I'm yeah, not sure about it. And the last point on the list is fixed decal box manipulation problem, and this is a little bug that I actually reported, and it was that I shared this in some Overgrowth Weekly, like last or the one before that, I think, where if you go into decal box edit mode, where you can like specify exactly how you want a decal to be projected, that box would not be grabbable on all angles at all times. It will be like really random, but that's fixed now, so that's good.
Well, and it seems to have fixed decals in general. At least for me, I tried it this week, and decals had not been working for me for several alphas now, and they are now working again. So that's awesome.
Yeah, but I tried it like on the same alpha, but later, and then it suddenly worked with the normal decals. I don't know why, but for some reason it just started working for me in most of the stuff when I was going to like just go through it very thoroughly to see exactly what the bug was when I was going to report it. I noticed, oh, this is the normal decal stuff, it's working for me now. And it seemed like, I mean, I knew that it hadn't worked for you either, and a lot of other people had it not worked for them either. So I didn't really know why this was, but yeah, I think I actually tried. David told me to remove the cache file for the level, some
Hmm.
cache file in the under the Overgrowth directory there, and I think that fixed the problem on the terrain. So it did work on objects, but I had tried it on objects before. It's just, well, it's working now anyways.
Right.
And yeah, Wolf Brother, did you have any trouble with the decals at all?
I actually haven't tried using the decals yet.
Not at all. Oh man.
Actually, no. Wait, sorry, I did, and it did work, and I just didn't think about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because when something is working, you often don't like um, really think about it too much, I guess. Well, yeah, I guess that's it for the changelog, though.
Yep.
And next here on the agenda we have Art Asset Overview 10. And yeah, we would play this video for you. Anton, can you play this video for them? And then we'll come back after the video and comment on stuff. And I think everyone in everyone here right now, Wolf Brother, Dirver, and Anton, and I will have to be quiet for this. So, yeah, I guess. Ingrid, do you have so you can play it?
Yes, I'm loading it right now, but you know what? My audio is not set up to play back from a browser. So we wouldn't
I
hear
see.
dialogue, so maybe it does not make sense to watch the video this time around.
Well, you can just play it in the background and then we'll talk about it, I guess.
Okay.
Play it as well. Do some commenting. Okay, so yeah, he did some new create assets, as you can see right there. They look pretty cool. I automatically thought about using them for a level, of course, and I thought that they could be used to make someone not be able to do wall runs or wall jumps up a place, for example. So that might be useful. And Marcus suggests that you point your microphone at your speaker, Anton.
Yeah, I could put the
Would that work?
headphones up to it, but it would get crazy feedback loops right now.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Sorry, my audio system is kind of a little different because of my music setup, so yeah. So it's weird because I'm hearing the video, but I know you guys aren't. So of course this video was I'm gonna mute the audio because I can't talk over it. This video of course was a joke or an April Fool's joke for the most part, and I know a lot of people had a hard time understanding that, but you know, he was just playing around drawing on top of these characters, which I think was funny.
Yeah, it was a very good and not too expensive time-wise of an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, exactly. So
And this part is awesome.
so he was describing the cats as being the reason why the the text or whatever they were called, they could grow, the crete blocks could grow.
Yeah, and this would explain it since they're cats, and you know, cats are animals, so they can grow.
Right.
There are already cats in the game, but these are real cats.
Exactly. And then these were a couple.
The player won't get confused.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then he threw some random models in from someplace, I guess.
Turbo Squid.
Yep, Turbo Squid. And then there was the great running down the crete block and all the purring and meowing cats.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
it was a really awesome art asset overview.
And it looks like someone posted the link in the chat, so you guys can go watch the video and enjoy the April Fool's madness.
I thought it was awesome. Jerver, you've seen this as well, right? Before? Jerver?
I see him talking, but I don't hear him anymore.
Perhaps he muted himself somehow? Or something? Jerver!
Yeah, I accidentally turned off the microphone. Sorry.
No problem.
That'll do it.
So, yeah, you've seen this before, right?
Yeah, of course. And I actually told them in the chat, I support your decision to make it urban modern. just as a joke towards them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they liked that as well.
Yeah, it's I think it's pretty awesome. I love this video, even though it's mostly, jokes. I mean, the only thing that wasn't April Fools, I guess, was the first asset with the broken crate thingy.
True.
And then it just went downwards from there, or upwards, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, I hope they keep the texture, of course.
Yeah, someone suggested that they should just keep this in as like an Easter egg or something, or just keep it in the game for anyone who makes a mod. They will be able to find the pillar with the cat texture that meows when you walk on it.
Especially that.
I got a feeling that the audio was not part of the actual game. I could be wrong, but
I'm pretty sure actually it was, because I think it's pretty easy to just add it in. They just need the sound files, and then he just makes a new material, and then he assigns the sound files to the materials as like walking sounds.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, so I think it would be more work to edit it in afterwards than to just do it for real.
Maybe. Yeah.
And that actually made me want to do my own materials and stuff.
Yeah. New materials would be great, and it's easy enough to certainly link to those sound files.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yep.
I hope someone makes makes a modern mod for Overgrowth. That would be pretty sweet.
It seems like it will be easy enough to do.
Mm-hmm. I remember in Lugaru where people made t-shirts and stuff for the characters, like a Wolfire t-shirt, etc. That was pretty sweet. You did that?
I did do that, but I never fully figured out how to put it on anyone but myself. And,
I see.
And because it was sort of, again, since I'm a music guy, I'm not an arts guy, I really didn't understand how the unfolded models worked, so I just kind of guessed and placed some random symbols on the shirts, and it really looked terrible and off center and not good at all. But I did it.
And still awesome.
I guess so. Yeah, I never shared them. They were terrible.
Yeah, but I think someone did on the forums. So I'm pretty sure I saw some t-shirts. I don't know if they had the Wolfire logo on them, but there were t-shirts and stuff like that. And just making like a modern mod for Overgrowth would be kind of cool, but I'm also thinking making more advanced mods like modern day Overgrowth. How would that be?
You mean if it was contemporary?
Contemporary
to us right now, you mean?
Yeah, like maybe there were cars and guns and stuff like that instead of like swords and
So is that the
wagons?
future of Overgrowth or the past?
I don't know. Well, I guess since Overgrowth is like it's like our Middle Ages almost, right?
It could be.
So if we just turn the time forward and invent weapons and all that kind of stuff, and then it's Overgrowth, modern combat or something.
Yeah, I think there's a game about that already.
I'm not sure.
All right,
well,
so shall we move on?
Yep, that was the art asset overview made by Aubrey, as always, awesome. And I hope to see another one next week, though he doesn't post them every week necessarily. So, this brings us out of the weekly alpha segment and into the community segment, where we take a look at what the community has been up to. And first on that list is the fan art thread that we are following very closely, taking a look at all the new fan art that gets posted every week. And first we have actually a piece by Hieronymus. Hieronymus, yes. He has
Mm-hmm.
not a thumbnail, just a plain link there to his DeviantArt page. So what do you guys think about this one?
I love. I think this picture is great. Um, I like the style and the look and everything.
Yeah, I really like the somehow the proportions feel just right to me.
Yeah, the arms look long for a human, but correct on a rabbit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is great. I think it's cool.
He
And
has posted stuff before also. I recognize his signature thing there.
yeah, I think he did the wall running one, maybe. I don't remember for sure.
Let me see. Yeah, what do you guys, Wolf Brother and Derver, what do you guys think about this one? Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I like it. Proportions right, as you said, but I also like the background because it reminds you of these pictures when they're taking with speed. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, motion blur. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, like when you take a photo and you leave it um, taking the photo for a long while, and you get those streaks from traffic and such. It reminds me of that.
Right.
Yeah, it does it, well, it looks kind of like he's in motion. I don't really understand the colors in the background though, but I guess that's fine, because it's like, since Overgrowth is in the nature and there isn't much yellow and orange and black in nature, but it's still cool though.
It is cool.
Though it would have made a bit more sense to have perhaps blue and green, stuff like that.
Or maybe he's just running really fast to the red desert level.
Or he's running so fast, so he's like catching fire or something.
Frightening. Okay. So let's
Yeah.
see. There were a few this week, actually.
Yeah, indeed.
So this one is by, oops, sorry, is by a person 4321, and he says that originally it was not an overgrowth specific one, but then he added ears to it, and it became an overgrowth fan art.
Yeah. And this looks actually pretty cool. I like the stylized look of it, though it's a bit unspecific perhaps. But still, art is art, so I'm not going to tell you what art is.
Right. I actually really like the mountains and the scene. The whole thing is a scenic painting more than a picture of the person, but I think it's great. I love the colors and the contrast and stuff. A little
Agreed.
hyper realistic, but in kind of a cool way.
Yep, indeed.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I agree on the mountains. I really like how the sky and the mountains kind of blend together.
It looks really cool, but as he was saying in the topic, it's a little overexposure.
Right.
But other than that, it's pretty cool.
Rather oversaturated, yeah, he says that as well.
Right.
Yeah, okay. And the next one is made by Black_Stormy, and he's made some other mod stuff for Overgrowth as well, but he can apparently draw as well, so that's cool.
Awesome.
And apparently this is an otter, and I wouldn't be able to see that actually if he didn't tell me. I was like, what animal is this? Because he has like a big tail and stuff, but it makes sense though.
Yeah. I could see that. The face doesn't necessarily scream otter to me, but I think normally, of course, you think of an otter's head facing more in this like parallel to the rest of its body, so it makes it a little bit weird. Meaning,
Yeah,
meaning it doesn't lend itself to standing upright as much, but I could be wrong.
yeah, I don't know how the shape of an otter's head looks like actually. I'm going to search for that.
In the chat, he says that he wasn't actually trying to go for anything until he finished, and he was like, what could that be?
I see. Yeah, it looks more like a dog's head, actually. Others have a more arch, like a constant arch.
And I don't think they have ears that stick off, but I could be wrong.
Actually, some of them do.
Oh, they do? Alright, I'm wrong.
Shame on you.
Oh no.
Yeah, I can see that being another. But yeah, maybe we should talk about the actual craftsmanship of this image. It's looking a bit flat, but in general, it's a really nice image, I think. Let's see. He wrote that he tested out my paint while making this.
Correct.
And we actually are going to talk about this a bit more, or I guess we had a little bit. He talked about what he liked about that program and didn't like, etc. So I'm guessing maybe he's more proficient in other programs to make better stuff.
That seems possible.
But in general, yeah, it's an okay image, I suppose. What do you guys think, Wolf Brother 9393 and Dirver?
I really like the shading on the head. I feel like it's the most developed part of the whole thing.
Wow, it's kind of hard to hear you, Emerson, with the background noise at the hotel.
Sorry about that. I just really like the shading on the head. I thought that was like the most developed part of the picture.
Okay, the shading around the head was the interesting part. That's
yes,
what I heard.
on the head.
Cool.
Is it really that bad?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Well, at least it has some shading apart from the arms, but
yeah,
I like the upper torso most. That I can see in this channel. I don't remember what I thought the first time I saw it, but the torso, I would say, is the best part.
Yeah, he looks real beefy and strong.
Right. I also like the covering. I'm not quite sure what you would call it below his waist. I like the image on the hanging cloth. I think it's kind of cool. Sort of reminds you of certain Asian characters, but then not quite. So it's kind of cool.
I agree. Looks like it's probably some kind of symbol, I'm assuming.
Right.
Otter tribe. Is my mic working better?
Yeah, it's an otter tribe. We can still hear lots of. Sounds like a TV in the background or something.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of people and a lot of commotion behind you that makes it hard to hear you.
Yes, so that was Black_Stormy's image. It looks cool, and we're going to move on. I think there was another one, wasn't there? No, there wasn't another one.
Okay.
But he actually talked a bit about my paint, and he talks about why he likes it. Perhaps we should take this up just quickly.
Oh.
And yeah, I can just talk about it. He says he likes it. It has very like the shortcuts, the hotkeys and stuff make total sense. You have like an infinite canvas. I think it's multi-platform, and it has like a bunch of small and nifty features that make drawing better, but it doesn't have the amount of advanced features that perhaps like Photoshop has, and I'm guessing GIMP and stuff like that. But yeah, it seems like a pretty cool program, and I'm going to try it out as well.
Awesome.
So, to see if I might like it.
Can't wait to see what you come up with.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be super sweet. Okay, so next on the list we actually have an interview with the Dear Vera. I'm just going to ask like a few general questions so we can get to know you a little bit better.
Okie dokie.
So first, tell us your name and where you're from and you know what you do and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, let's begin with my name, which is Dirver Eriksson. and I'm from Sweden, as you probably can tell from the accent, hopefully. And what I work with, that's mostly graphics, but I'm also making my own game in my spare time. Actually, 2 games. One is for kids and one is for more action-oriented.
So, can you tell us a bit about these games?
Not right now. I'm trying to keep it on the wraps, but I can tell you about the kids game, which is what you call it, a satire of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, actually. So that's it. But you will also see more from me when Overgrowth finally turns to Linux, so I can use the editor and stuff like that.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, you're one of those Linux dudes who are just waiting around for Mr. What's his name again?
Iculus. Or,
yes, Mr. Iculus.
Ryan Gordon, right?
Exactly. To do his magic.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, are you hearing this? Get cracking.
Yes, indeed. Oh yeah, you have that other than being able to make games. By the way, I'm supposing you do coding and stuff like that. Do you do anything other than coding?
Yeah, but I'm having a problem with my coding because I started out just 1 year ago, and it takes time to turn into a pro. I'm still a noob, as they say.
Yeah, it does. Other than coding, do you model or make 2D sprites or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been trying a lot of engines like RPG, making a Fallout game, and also been trying out the O0AD. In case you haven't heard of it, it's a real-time strategy game which I'm trying to turn into a isometric perspective RPG.
Cool. Yeah, 0AD. It's also open source, right?
Yeah, that's the case.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. So when you don't do, for example, like coding and stuff like that, what do you do to, yeah, tell us what you do in your free time when you don't do coding.
Well, when I'm not coding, I'm doing 3D graphics for Overgrowth. You will be seeing a few custom characters for it in the future.
Cool. Do you have anything you can tell us about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna show the picture of the fox later on. If in the month, if Overgrowth is not released for Linux yet, but I'm making a fox.
Oh, cool.
A few people have suggested they want in the game. So, but it's in the image of a musketeer as of the moment.
Oh, I see. Well, that sounds cool. A fox. We have next spammer that we will be talking about in the after this interview, and he's making a turtle, and you're making a fox. So I think we'll be having a bunch of community-made animals for Overgrowth in the future. It'll be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think so too.
So how old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, 28. So I'm guessing you do work or?
Not at the moment. I actually unemployed a week ago back.
Oh.
But it's okay. I get lots of time to do something for Overgrowth and my personal projects.
So what did you work with before?
I was with the multi-challenge. It's, if you read it in Östersund, when they had these electric go-karts, laser tags and stuff like that. And Bodaborg. Maybe you could explain what it is.
Bodaborg, yeah, I've been to Bodaborg, but what did you? What?
You know, they're spread out in both Östersund and Stockholm, most probably.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure about how to explain what Bodaborg is actually, but yeah, It's a thing. I was there with my school, so it's like a school thing, I suppose. That schools pay money and then their people can go there and like have fun, stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's actually more fun when you can choose other activities apart from Buddha Boy. Because,
Yeah, I guess so.
so it's pretty popular there.
Cool. Okay, so do you guys, Wolf Brother or Anton, do you have any questions for Dirver?
Yeah. Where could we find more about the games you're making when you're ready to release information on them?
Well, I'm not leaking any information yet, but I will have a web page, and I most probably will send it to the IRC chat in the long run, just to get some people to check it
Yeah.
out.
Will you be having a IndieDB page for it?
I'm not sure yet, maybe.
Because, you know, IndieDB is super awesome.
It is, but I'm not sure my game will ever be a project that spawns many follows yet. I'm a sort of, what do you call it, perfectionist when it comes to my games.
Yeah, I see. I guess that's kind of a good thing, but still getting early feedback and stuff like that can be good, and just some projects on there just to reveal like their game idea, and people are like, this sounds pretty awesome, I'm going to follow this, and then you have like a follower that will read all your updates for all of eternity. So yeah, well, just throwing that out there, IndieDB is pretty awesome. I think you should make a page there regardless.
Well, we'll see.
Okay, cool. Anton, you have anything?
Sorry, I had a phone call and some distractions, so I had to step away for a moment.
Okay, well that's okay. Okay, so I guess that's the final question I ask everyone I interview here. If you were in Overgrowth, what animal would you be, and what would you be doing?
Well, I guess I would be a Wolverine, and I would be a bounty hunter.
Awesome. A bounty hunting Wolverine. Pretty badass to me.
Oh yeah.
Mm. And by the way, since to the interview.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, hi. Could you kind of show us your other little talent you got there?
Me?
No, I'm talking
Oh.
to Jerver. The voice you can do.
Yeah, let's see. I've got balls of steel.
Oh yeah, have you got another one?
Oh yeah.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And wait, I got the gum right here.
Awesome. You're very good at that. You should become like a voice actor or something.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Maybe that's my new job.
Yeah.
It would be
Totally.
awesome.
Or you could put Duke Nukem into Overgrowth after you're done with Fox.
Yeah, I've been thinking
Yeah.
about that too.
Or you could make some kind of buff Duke Nukem-like animal and just voice it. Or ask, maybe Wolfire wants your voice for like a character in Overgrowth, I don't know.
Well, I need a better microphone for that.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, super awesome. It's thanks for letting us ask you a bunch of questions.
No problemo.
Awesome. But you'll be with us, of course, for the rest of the show as usual, and we're going to move on to the next item on the agenda, which is next Bam's turtle that I talked about just now. And he is just he's been updating this a bunch lately. Firstly, he has this new image of the shell that he's been working on. And I have to say that this looks sweet.
Yeah, I like the detail that he's going to with this.
Yes, indeed. Though, of course, it won't look as good in Overgrowth, but having this highly detailed mesh as a base will make it look better in the game, of course. It's looking so awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
I wonder if he's been working on any, I wonder if he's working as a game developer or something. It almost looks like it.
And then he also had this other with the utility belt kind of thing in the shell.
Yeah, so I think he worked some more on the front of the shell, the belly part of the shell, and the shell is also on the turtle, and he's got kind of a belt thing going on there. I personally am not sure about the belt. I have like mixed feelings about it. On one hand, it feels, I mean, I like the idea of having a belt, and at first I was like, ugh, that belt looks like crap, but it kind of looks kind of okay, I guess. Though he writes that, let me see, added some gear, nothing set in stone yet, as I have the feeling it's way too casual at the moment. Yeah, so it looks like he doesn't really like it either, but I have this kind of mixed feeling about it, which I guess it's kind of a bad sign.
I think if he adds like cloth physics to it, I think it could be really awesome.
Yeah. I actually like the idea of having a cloth in that part, in the groin area hanging down there. That usually looks pretty badass. Maybe some kind of variation of that, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I almost feel like I would want some backstory on this guy, like where he's from and what kind of civilization or, what kind of village he's in, what that looks like and stuff like that, to get more of a, perhaps, visual style, like something to go for, so we know. Yeah, it feels like it's kind of mixed, if you know what I mean. Maybe it would fit in more if we knew what his village looked like and, his people in general.
Perhaps.
And I actually think that's something that many, or at least some people, don't do enough, which is, just doing concept art and thinking about how something looks before they make it, like more in detail, giving more of a backstory, like a thought behind the whole thing. Because I think that's the problem with this. It looks kind of like it doesn't really belong. Like, why? Why? Even though it's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's next Bam's Turtle. Very, very cool stuff so far. I'm assuming he will finish this and actually put it in the game. That would be super awesome. So yeah, turtle race in the future for Overgrowth. Sweet, sweet stuff.
I also wonder if the master for the turtle will be a rat.
Yeah.
I think he said he's trying to avoid the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle references too much.
Yeah, but he's got elbow guards and stuff like that. And it's kind of reminding me of a turtle, but much more realistic, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he could also be racing the rabbits, and then it would be the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been thinking about mentioning that like every time we're showing his stuff, but yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mod someone, like just make four small variations on this model for the 4 different characters and add a rat and add some dudes in purple clothes. And you have like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mod. That would actually be pretty sweet.
That would be.
And they would be fighting humans as well, so that would also be sweet. Having the animals versus humans mod.
Right. And yeah, Bebop and Rocksteady. Come on, you can't forget those guys. Or a brain,
yeah, of course.
brain that runs around. What, General Kang?
Yeah, there are
Krang.
loads of characters you need to put in if you're making a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mod.
Some of them would be
Yeah,
awesome.
I still got to see Krang, what it will look like with today's graphics.
Krang? Was that his name?
Yeah, the brain.
Oh yeah.
From
Oh yeah.
Dimension X.
Yeah, it was a long time since I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so. Okay, well, next part on the agenda is an OG ringtone made by Dark G, and you can't play this, can you, Anton?
Oh, I can if I download it again.
Sweet. So this is a ringtone that he made. I think he made it on an iPhone or something like that.
I think he made it for an iPhone. Yep, I just have to download it.
Okay, well, let me read what he wrote there. Hello everyone, this was just to tell you I made an Overgrowth main theme cell phone ringtone for iPhone. I wanted to share it with you. It sounds 8-bit like and the beat is a bit fast, but iPhone only allow ringtones that are about 30 seconds. Here it is. It's a WAV if you want to hear it and a M4R to put directly in your iPhone. And yeah, edit the file now hosted by Anton Reed, so thanks Anton. Phantom.
Oh yeah, he had put it on something else at first, and it didn't quite work.
Yeah, it was probably like that site that is orange, and you have to wait for like 50 seconds before you can download your thing.
Exactly.
I don't know why people use that.
I don't know either. So, oops, where did it go? Okay, and oh, I have to change one more thing so you guys can hear it.
And as he wrote, it'll be a bit fast, but it'll be, no, it's still sweet. And hopefully we'll be able to hear it in a few seconds here.
Okay, yes, this should play, although you may not hear it over mumble. Here, I'll set it up so it does that too. Okay.
Okay. Go for it.
This should be it. You know what? It's not playing over the... Sorry, can you guys tell me if you were hearing that? I'm sorry.
It was going over the stream.
It was going... I'm so sorry about that. Here, I'm going to start it over. Here we go.
Okay. There we have it.
So I think it's awesome myself.
I think Black Storm is right there. Sounds like something out of Zelda 2.
It does.
Yeah, first off, yeah, a super awesome variation on the theme. I would like it in a slower version though, to just as a general sound, just having the Overgrowth theme in a, what's it called? Chiptunes?
8-bit.
Yeah.
8-bit?
8-bit, yeah.
Both.
Yeah. Because, you know, it just sounds awesome. And
And you what?
way back. Excuse me?
You cut out for a sec, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was...
Oh, you've cut out again.
Hello, am I cutting out still?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Now I hear you fine.
Okay, good. As I was going to say, I was talking about this way back, like a year ago or more, when they started posting these, the music for Overgrowth. I thought that they sounded like Zelda, like they were from Zelda even back then, like in just in their original form. And having it be, you know, in 8-bit makes it sound just more like Zelda.
I could see that. Now, for those of you who didn't recognize it, that is a straight lift of the piano version, meaning he took the full piano progression that Miko arranged and then plugged it into some program. So I
Ah,
think someone was asking about the notation. I could be wrong. So if you go and look for the piano versions of the music, you'll find the PDF, so you can download that and play it yourself if you so choose.
yeah, I think someone uploaded a MIDI thing, didn't they, as well?
Yeah, someone else did their own piano, some take on the piano version. That's right.
Mhm.
I don't remember
Yeah.
who that was though.
Oh, you mean the other guy who just played it on piano, the piano version?
Yes, there was another person besides me that did a piano version.
Yeah, not long ago, right? I
Yeah,
think it should probably be on the front page. There's yeah, my go at the Overgrowth piano solo is the
I
head
think
of
it
that.
was Bloodshard, right?
Yeah, Blood Dash Shard.
Of course,
But
now I'm
he's
in the
using.
secret pre-order for him. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think that's fine though. They won't be able to get much from the
The
headlines there.
oh, but I'd have to download it again.
Yeah, they have the. He's using zshare.net, and I hate this.
That's right.
But I think you can download it without waiting here at least, right?
No, but I'd have to download it and put it into iTunes the way that I have
Oh,
audio routed right now. That's the only way I
I
can
see.
play from my computer.
So we're going to skip that then, I suppose.
We'll skip it for now.
Okay. So yeah, that's the OG ringtone by Dark G. Again, awesome stuff. Though perhaps a slower version would be nice. Anyways, let's move on to the next segment. So we're now leaving the community segment and we're moving into the tweets and news segment. Today we have only one tweet from the developers, and this is that Revenge of the Titans 1.8.11 has just gone live on your Humble Bundle pages. So if you're a Humble Bundle user and you want to update your Revenge of the Titans, you can do that now. So just go to, what is it? You go to your email, and I think you click the link in your email, and that will take you to the page you want to go to, where you can download the latest version.
Sounds correct.
And the last point on this list is secret revealed. And let's see. I have actually, we were last week we teased about a secret. We said that we have a secret, Wolf Brother 9393 and I, that is. And we revealed the secret on April 1st on the SPF, and it's basically a custom map for Overgrowth. So that we're doing, and we're going to try to. Yeah, Wolf Brother, can you talk a bit about this, maybe?
Yeah, sure. What we're doing is we're making a stealth map. So we were going to put together the first real community-made map with AI in it. And so I guess we can't show it, unfortunately, because we're on Anton's stream.
Mm.
But yeah, so basically using Marcus's old China set that he built, we're creating a village, and you're going to have to sneak through it to try to get to the center and get to the prize at the end or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so Wolf Brother and I are collaborating with this, and he's doing all the mapping, and I'm doing all the coding. And I'm not very good of a coder, but I'm doing my best to fill in the holes of the gameplay that need to be added before it's where you can actually make a map and play it properly in the game. So let me see. I'm going to bring out the list I have here to tell you about some of the features we've added. The latest feature I added was actually so that the AI is looking around all the time. If it's not fighting you, the AI will randomly look between every second and fifth second. He will look in a different direction, and it's like a totally random direction. So I'm very proud of that, actually.
That sounds
Okay,
That's
so
really awesome.
yes, were you going to say anything more, Anton?
I just said that sounds cool. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Thanks. Yeah, I'm very proud of that. I actually got that working because, as I said, I'm not very good of a programmer. I know basic programming stuff, but nothing advanced, and the script files are not very easy to understand. But I managed to snag some code from the random looking around with the eyes, because David had made it so that the eyes randomly look around, as you might know. So I had to I took some of that code and I kind of fitted it in the right place and changed some names and added some values. What are they called? The variables. Yes, I added some variables and stuff like that. And yeah, it's working. So I'm very happy about that. Okay, and we wanted to add in a bunch of features, but some of them I couldn't add in because of limitations, like music, for instance, we wanted to add in, but the support for that just isn't in the script yet. I'm sure they will add support for scripting music in the future, but not now, unfortunately.
Yep, that's sad. I can't wait for that.
Silverfish also made the combat more difficult, so you can't just hold down the attack button and stuff like that. So we're trying to push the player into being more stealthy.
Yeah, and not only that, but before you could, for example, just hold left click. If you were against one enemy and you held left click down, you would just kick him as soon as he got close, and then he would die eventually. And that's how you could win. So I just quote solved that unquote by making it so that instead of being able to hold down left click, you now have to click it every time you want to tell the character to attack, which makes it a bit more, gives the AI a bit more time to react and do something against you, so you don't have an instant win button. And I also took out the throw thing that you can do, because you could do the same thing with that, but that was even worse. And initially we wanted to make it so that you could do it like in Lugaru. So I wanted to make it so that when the enemy didn't see you, you could do the throw thing and do an insta-kill on the enemies. But I just couldn't get that to work, so unfortunately I had to, just drop it.
That's too bad.
Also, to speed up the frame.
Sorry,
what was that?
Driver, you first.
Well, I'm pretty sure you eventually figure it out.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, since as I said, I'm not very good at this, and this scripting stuff isn't actually done yet, so I'm not sure if I'm guessing it's probably possible. I don't even know if I can change the strength of the attacks, like the strength of an individual attack, because some things are just hard-coded right now into the, source code of the game, so I can't change some things. Wolf Brother, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say that Silverfish is changing the collision for a lot of the objects and taking collision off, so we can increase the frame rate and make just be able to display more objects on the screen. As you can see the clutter right there, we're still working on getting the collision working and everything, so it's still pretty jumpy right now, but we're hoping at the end we'll be able to show a lot of just debris and stuff in that picture.
Yeah, right now, as he said, the frame rate isn't the best, but we will, since this is supposed to be played, this is a gameplay level, not a good-looking level like Marcus's old channel level. That looked awesome, but it played on 20 to 30 FPS when you played it constant, so that's not very good. We want to stay at 60 FPS most of the time, at least. And adding lots of objects, since they don't have, for example, level of detail stuff and stuff like that in yet, that makes it just not go very well, but mostly it seems like it has to do with physics. And I was talking to David about this earlier today, actually, and because I turned off physics and some stuff, but it didn't solve it as much. I gained like a few FPS, but if I was standing, I removed the physics for all the things on the Go board, for example, and then even that all those physics are removed when I stand on it, it still lags like crazy. I get 1 FPS when I'm standing on there. So that's really weird, like small stuff like that. Like, I don't know why that happens. It doesn't make any sense because it doesn't need to make any extra calculations since I turned off the physics. So I'm guessing that might be some kind of limitation in the, just in the source code of the stuff because it's not very well optimized yet. And I can just mention a few other of the features here I have in the list. We wanted to have animal run in, but that was bugged when you got hit. When you were doing animal run, you like froze in position. We made it so that the AI walks when he's patrolling. He didn't do that, he was running before, and that doesn't make a lot of sense in a stealth game to have the AI run around frantically all the time. And I also made it so that the AI uses the path finding when he's patrolling, because before he didn't do that, and that's also something that I'm very proud of.
Nice.
And a few other like small stuff like return to closest node, yeah, whatever, small stuff. Let's see, yeah, and combat mode will be on by default, like small, as I said, small stuff like that.
I'm also putting little stuff in the level, like on the game board. It has SF on there for silverfish. I'm gonna put WB somewhere in there. I haven't placed it yet, but I'm just gonna have that in there so y'all can find that.
And perhaps some other Easter eggs.
Perhaps.
We'll see what we come up with. And I think I'm going to make just a credits image for this one because someone played my level before and made a video of it, but they didn't even know that I made it, so that kind of made me sad. I want to make sure that people know that we made this. Yeah, and when will this be released? I'm supposing a lot of people are asking. Yeah, a lot of people would like to know. And well, we don't really know yet, I can say.
When it's done.
Yeah.
I know everybody hates hearing that. We wanted to try to get it done by April Fool's Day, but with a week, and we saw how much work it was. Obviously, not gonna happen.
Yeah, and now we're running into these technical issues like the frame rate and stuff like that. And we just need some extra time to like sort all of that out to make sure that everything works. And we were going to have a terrain and like a new terrain also, but that hasn't gotten in yet. We had some trouble with that. So just yeah, we're going to have to just get everything to work properly, and then we'll release it.
Now, don't you run into some issues, especially with all the scripting, where potentially new updates will break it?
Yes, indeed. Every update will break, so I will need to port this to the next version if we keep going. But I have most of the features in, if not all of the features that I want. So that basically means that I know how everything is coded in right now, so I can do it like, maybe I can port it in an hour or something, I guess, because I'm not too quick. But we will also get new features, since, I don't know, David has jumping in, for example, for the AI. Maybe he'll add jumping for the AI in the next version, so that the AI can go onto the roofs without us having to have like a stair up on the roof or something like that. It's to chase the player better,
Right.
So I guess it's basically all good.
Cool.
But yeah, that's a pretty good like concern, since if we want people to be able to play this in the future, we will basically have to port the mod for every version, at least code-wise. I think the level will be still working, but yeah, perhaps it could be like a running project of some sorts. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Cool.
Okay, so I guess Yeah, I think I'm going to make a video about this since I can't show you this on this OG Weekly since we had that kind of I couldn't log in and stuff to my streaming thing. But I'll instead make a video offline and upload it to the YouTube channel for OG Weekly so you can look at it anyways. So yeah, I look forward to that. And yeah, that's about it for that reviewing. Do you want to add anything to that, Wolf Brother?
Nope, not really. Although, characters that I created for the T's, Eska and Laska, I was thinking I'm probably gonna keep them and use them and stuff in the future.
Yeah, that would be actually very cool to have like a real interweaving stories and stuff like that. Make it feel more real. And perhaps we'll have like a full campaign in the future. Who knows? No one knows. Yeah, so anyways, that's cool stuff, and we're going to, from now on, I guess we're going to keep you guys updated on the Secret Pre-Order forums, and once a week on OG Weekly as well, right, Wolf Brother?
Yep, sounds good.
So, from now on, you'll be in the loop. It actually felt kind of not in the spirit of the community to keep this under wraps for too long, since they Wolfire. I almost said Wolf Brother to Wolfire, which didn't make any sense. But yeah, it almost feels like it wouldn't be in the spirit of the community since the Wolfire are so open about their development. It feels like we should be with our as well, since we're making a mod for that game. But yeah, look forward to that in the future. And I'm guessing we should wrap this up now.
Yeah, just a question.
Yeah.
Now that you have your project is official, what you call your project team? Do you have a name for yourself?
Not really. Wolfish.
Silver Brother.
Silver Brother. I love that one. Silver Brother. And our symbol can just be a dude that's made of silver. Yeah. Or Wolfish. Wolfish sounds kind of funny as well. Yeah, I don't know. We don't really have a name for our little team. But yeah. Maybe we should start thinking about something like that. I don't know. Well, yeah. Yeah, Wolf Brother, Wolfish. Which one do you like best, Wolf Brother?
I don't know, somebody put Silver Wolf too. It just sounds kind of cool.
Feels like that's taken though.
Yeah, probably. Maybe we should see if somebody makes some sort of fan art for it and we can hide that in the level or something like that as a decal.
Yeah, that would be sweet. Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
So we should probably wrap this up right now. Well, that was weird. Anyways, yeah. Do you guys have anything you want to say before we go?
I'm good.
Cool. So I guess that's another episode of Overgrowth Weekly in the can, as they would say on podcast 17. And we will see you next week in same time, same place, and hopefully I will have everything working by then. Damn X-Split for not working. And for everything you need about OG Weekly, just go to ogweekly.com and you'll be able to go from there to the YouTube channel, to the Twitter, and to the Steam community group. All of that cool stuff. But as I said, we will see you next week, and yeah, same time, same place.
Cool. Thanks for tuning
Bye-bye.
in, guys.
And hopefully
Yeah.
more Wolfire.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, thanks to everyone who was there, Anton, Dirver, and Wolf Brother, and thanks to everyone who watched.
Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
having me.
See ya.
See ya.
Hasta la vista.